Hey y'all, welcome back to the lab. In this video, we're going to be discussing how to use Vim in Claude Code. So I've been using Claude Code daily in my agentic workflows and have recently moved to a Linux-based terminal-first computer setup to better manage my multiple agents across various projects. If you get super deep into agents, you've got like 3 or 4 projects up at once. Each one's got at least one agent running full time, maybe a couple others that you're like asking questions to, and the windows kind of quickly get out of hand. And so I tried to switch kind of my desktop environment and how I set up everything to better manage that overhead. And now as part of this transition, I've also moved to a keyboard first workflow, which largely involves using Vim bindings in my editors and to navigate my windows. And so naturally, I wanted to see if I could do something similar with Claude Code, and it turns out you can use Vim bindings in Claude. And so here we'll discuss how to set that up. All right, so how to use Vim bindings in Claude Code. So Claude Code has a built-in /vim command that sets the input box to Vim mode. And so in this mode, you can navigate and modify your input box via Vim's normal and insert modes. So insert mode is like what you're used to. Even if you don't use Vim, you just type things, it comes out great. Normal mode is more specific to Vim, which is allowing you to use the H, J, and K L keys to move around, and motions like B and W to move between words, and actions like D for delete, C for change, and R for replace. Now for the full support of Vim bindings, you can check out the official Vim editor mode docs linked there, but some caveats is that it doesn't do everything. So there's no visual mode, which you use V to get into, at least none that I could find or get working, which is kind of weird. I also don't think VimRC or any of your like Vim plugins work inside Claude. I'm pretty sure it only has whatever it's set up with. And then you can't use these to move through text. I personally use ZellaJ scrolling mechanisms to scroll with the keyboard in order to kind of get around that limitation. And I also want to show you an example of this. So let's open up my terminal, get out of full screen mode. Here we are, and then let's move that over here. And then we'll go into Claude, make this bigger so you can see it. And we can see here that I have my insert mode on because I'm in /vim. If I run /vim again, I'll get out of Vim. If I do Vim, I'm now in Vim. So insert mode means that I can type, so I can just type some random words in there. And then if I hit escape, now I'm in normal mode. And that's how I can like run through these, go through all the words like that. So that's an example of how it's working. But of course, if I hit V, like I don't enter visual mode. And so I'm pretty sure visual mode just doesn't work, even though I've seen some people claim it does. I've personally not been able to get visual mode working in Claude Code. So that's a demo of how it works, and now I want to talk about how this is configured. So based on my research and experiments with this setting, the Vim mode persists across sessions. So if you do /vim and then you open up another Claude, great, it'll start in Vim mode. But this only works on the same computer and is not a config setting, but rather a runtime setting. And I'll try to explain what this means. Like, this makes it difficult to stow or symlink from a dot file. Like a lot of people who do terminal first, they like to have dot files, which allows you to move your configs from computer to computer. It's just like in a GitHub repo, you pull it down, boom, your computer's set up, which is great. And Claude kind of supports this with some of its settings and, commands and skills, which are all just files. But this particular file where this configuration is held is actually managed by Claude versus like some, a config that you pull down and then it reads in and then it uses that. This is actually managed all by Claude. And so to try and symlink that or stow that file might have a lot of unforeseen consequences, but Claude is constantly updating this stuff. And so it's always going to be dirty in your dot files, and you might be overwriting stuff if you try and like actually symlink it. And so something to keep in mind. And so for more details, this lives in the .claude.json folder. The one that is a config is the settings.json. So this is not that file. And again, this is used by Claude for things like OAuth, caches, project state. It even has like stats and stuff in it, which are going to be constantly changing. And so it's just not really suitable for dot file symlinking. But if you look in there, the setting is editor mode Vim, and you can test it by opening that file and then just toggling Vim on and off, and you should see that setting come on and then be replaced by something else. So next steps. So if you're a Vim person, I think you should try it out. I'll note that it does add some overhead to prompts without that much gain. I think prompts tend to be relatively short with little need to edit them, and Vim is often better when you need lots of edits, and so you're always on the keyboard, and that's kind of where the speed gains are. But I'm personally continuing my journey to keyboard native, and I think it's nice to have more of my editors and text inputs using the same keyboard commands to reduce the cognitive load and switching switching that I have. Like for example, I'm using Vim-like commands for navigating websites in Chrome using the Vimium extension. That's why I'm doing this all with the keyboard. And then I'm updating how, my Sway and Zeloj do window navigation to rely on similar keys, which I think is pretty nice because you don't have to remember this whole DSL for every application, or at least you can know that some of the DSL is going to be the same across applications, which is pretty nice. Now, if you're curious about my agentic engineering workflows, I do have snapshots of my full .claude folders available in my HAMY Labs example repo on GitHub, and this is available to all Hominians members, so you can check that out to learn more. And if you like this post, you might also like why I'm moving to a Linux-based terminal-focused dev workflow and more details about like what that is, why I chose the tools and technologies that I did. I'd also be interested in how I think about writing quality code fast with AI, which talks more about the engineering workflows themselves with agents and why I chose those. And then finally, 9 parallel AI agents that review my code, which is a deep dive into part of my Claude Code setup. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.